Hello, everybody. Michelle Melio here. Welcome to this week's version of Mystical Mind Trip with Michelle. Sorry, I was just listening to the rain pounding on the rooftop and just kind of mesmerized me, put me into a hypnotic state. So you lost me for a moment there. How are you all today? Hope you're all having a wonderful, beautiful Tuesday. I hope that everybody has had a chance to get out and vote for their favorite candidate. And I know that today, especially with all the hustle and bustle and rushing around and everybody having their opinions on politics and who they like and who they don't like and why they like that person and why they don't like that person, that, we tend to kind of get into a little bit of a blamer mode, or a little bit of a um, this it's your fault mode, or where there's always somebody that's responsible for our outcome of our future. And I'm here to tell you that you can change that. Today I'm going to be talking about my new workbook, which is called Your 4 Steps to Success. And I'm also going to be talking about the accompanying CDs and MP3s that I've created around it, as well as the 4-step program that I've developed for one-on-one telephone consultations, and now it's available in a webinar. So I'm very excited to share this with you, and I welcome you all to the show today. I'm still lost in that rain. My name is Michelle Melio, and I am the intuitive hypnotherapist here at the Mystical Moon in Fort Myers, Florida. And you are watching Life on the Moon broadcast TV. And this is Mystical Mind Tripping with Michelle. So I'm going to talk with you a little bit about hypnosis, how hypnosis can help you in your life to create change and to create success, to create a successful outcome in anything that you'd like to do, be it your relationships, your personal life, your perception on things, and also can be used to help change your business, the way that your business is going. And some people are even using it for their love life. And I've got some people having some wonderful, wonderful results with the program. So I just want to show you, here is my book. I'm just going to hold it up for you here. It's Your 4 Steps to Success workbook. See, there you go. And it's not that big of a read, so you don't have to go too bonkers on having to feel like you have to read it. In fact, if you work each step, one per week, you can actually be through the workbook in a month. What I recommend with the workbook is that you choose one thing that you'd like to be successful at. And the workbook also has some accompanying CDs, some hypnosis CDs that I've written, and they come in a 4-pack. I'll just show you here, one for each of the steps. So. And I'm going to talk with you a little bit about how to use the workbook. I want to show this for people that have purchased the workbook for themselves, people that are working the program, or people that are thinking, or maybe you're on the fence and maybe you haven't decided yet, is this for me? Will this work for me? So I'd like to start with the workbook. The workbook pretty much is spiritually driven. The workbook wrote itself. I had no hand in it. I had no control over it. It just happened. What I was finding while working with my clients, I do hypnosis, and I was doing clinical hypnosis, and I hadn't even realized that it was intuitive hypnosis. But after about a year of being here at the Mystical Moon, things started getting more and more intuitive with my hypnotherapy sessions. And I was finding that more of my clients that were coming in for tarot readings or psychic readings, they all had something that was keeping them from being success, or they all had some type of success in their lives that they really wanted to work towards and were stuck. They just couldn't find out. They knew where they wanted to be. They just didn't know how to get there. There was some, they didn't know if there was things blocking them, or if things they needed to work on and bring in. So the 4 Steps to Success was born. It had originally started out about 2.5 years ago as just myself going cross country, going to various New Age festivals and holistic expos, lecturing on how you can create success in your life just by shifting your thoughts. It has grown since then. The 4 Steps to Success actually encompass So let me tell you about the basis of it. Let me tell you what it's all work based on. So it's based on these 4 steps. Okay, it's based on taking these 4 steps that all are wonderful steps in the New Age movement and working towards your success. However, if one step is misplaced or not used, all of them need to be put in place in order for a successful outcome. So the first step is recognizing, and I put recognizing in there. I do have a couple of people that step is met with some controversy. There's so many New Agers that are all about spreading the joy and spreading the happiness and bringing the if we pretend, if don't look at the bad stuff, let's cover it up, and let's focus on the good stuff, and if we turn our focus to the good stuff, then the bad stuff will just go away. And I was finding with more and more of my clients that just wasn't working. The bad stuff was there. It was embedded deeply, and it had been there for some people since childhood, and for others just from repeated actions and out of habit, not really knowing where else to go. There are many reasons why this stuff was still here. These things that were blocking a person from being successful. So I discovered that it was really good. My readings were starting to show that all of these things were coming up, and this is something that really could be worked on, and this is something from a past life that's been blocking you, and this is something that you chose to believe, and all these things started coming up in people's readings. So that's where the first step was born. The first step really looks at all of those things that are keeping you from being successful in your life and successful in the things that you'd like to be successful in, whether it's relationships or a job or your business, or even just, like I said, your perception on things. So, by really taking a look at those things that are blocking us, we're not focusing on them to the point where we're dwelling on them. We're not looking at them to make ourselves feel bad or even to blame other people. We're looking at our own involvement in it. We're looking at it from a whole different perspective. We're looking at it from a perspective, almost a clinical perspective. And we're looking at it, if I really want to get to that success that I can see off in the distance, I've got to move this junk out of the way. So the first step really goes in deep and takes a look at that stuff using the 3 tools that I recommend in the workbook and in my soon to be published book that explains it more in detail with clinical studies and everything. So the 3 tools that you would use alongside the 4 steps would be the tools that are body, mind, and spirit. And it doesn't really matter what holistic tools that you're comfortable working with. I have outlined the workbook to use for the body, to use things like the tuning forks and the crystal bowls, that vibrational therapy that you can actually hear through your ears and creates a shift in your energy. Because when we believe in something and those blocks are in place, until we look at them, those blocks are deeply hidden, and they're deep under the surface. So what happens is they come up and they rear their ugly heads when we least expect it, or even without us knowing it. So if you believe that you'll never get a job, or if you believe that you can only pick the wrong relationships, what happens is we send out this energy that matches that belief. So that first step is the doozy. So that's where the body and the energy work comes from with the crystal bowls and working the tuning forks. And then the tool to help with your mind, of course, is hypnosis and meditation, shifting those thoughts, shifting those patterns, shifting all of the belief systems. And then the spirit part is uh, the Reiki, any type of energy work, meditation, any type of spiritual work that you use for yourself. So anything that you're comfortable with. But we work the body, mind, and spirit, and I do outline some tools for you in the book. Lori, hi, welcome. Thanks for stopping in, Lori. Lori is actually just about to go into her second step of the 4 steps to success, and she's saying so far so good. So I'm so happy with the results that I've seen with people in people's lives in that first step. And she makes a really good point. So stuff does come up, but she's happy to clear it. It's lots of synchronicity, which that's a really good point to make, is the synchronicity of it, is that when we start looking at that stuff, it shows itself. Every single person in your life or not in your life, or a place or event that is it has to do with that block, is going to show itself. So that first week can stir up a lot of things, but it's again coming from a different perspective. We're looking at it from a more clinical standpoint. And to go along with your step one, to help you along the way, is your 4 steps to success. Step one, hypnosis CD, and it's about 20 minutes long. And I also have it available in MP3. So, and it's recommended that you listen to it every day during the first step. So every day for a week. And hi, Kelly, welcome. Kelly is chiming in saying hello, and she's also working step one. What I'm doing is I'm working the program for all of the girls here at the Mystical Moon, and anybody that wants to be involved. So, and I also have a workshop that's a webinar that's starting next Tuesday evening, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. So, yeah, so some other things that will come up for you when you're working on that first step will be dreams. You'll have dream call. You'll have strange dreams. You'll have dreams that are very symbolic. And so I put some journal pages in here. I'll just show you real quick. I'm so proud of this. There are other things other than the journal pages, but there's all kinds of things to fill out. Then I have these journal pages that you can use, and you can write directly in the book, and you keep track of everything along the way. Once we've come to the point where we have recognized, that first step, that we really know all the things that are blocking us, we don't really want to dwell on it too long. We don't really want to stay in there too long. So that's where the second step was born, with the readings and all these issues would come up with my clients during their readings. They would ask me, "No, so what now? What do I do with this? That's great that I know this, but now, I'm stuck with it." And they would come in for reading after reading, or multiple readings, or a couple of readings, or even right off the bat say, "Look, Michelle, how do I get rid of this? I really don't want this anymore. Now that I know it's there, I don't want it." So there came the remove, the second step in the whole program. And that's taking all of those things, and even things that had been blocking you that maybe you didn't recognize during the first step, and removing them from your energy, removing them from yourself, and removing them from your mind, from your mindset, from your subconscious. And what I love is Lori said that during the week one, she would wake up feeling a little funny, and she would sage and listen to her CD, and it helped her relax and center. So definitely recommend listening to that CD every day. It does help kind of bring a perspective back on why you're doing this. It's not to beat yourself up. It's to empower yourself to create success in your life. And all of these shifts and changes, since they're made on a subconscious level, along with the vibrational quality of your energy and your spiritual beliefs, it's a permanent shift, and it's a permanent change. So once you make it through the 4 steps, there you can work on other things, but it's pretty permanent. So step two. Step two is a fun one, because step two, I like to work with the affirmations. I have some cutouts in here that you can cut out some affirmations. I have a wonderful meditation. I have a releasement ceremony that's in this book, and of course with the other steps, there's also the journal pages. And I recommend that you listen to CD2 alongside that one. And what step two is going to do is step two is going to take all of that junk, and this is where some of the girls are going right now, heading into step two. So now they've had a week of some pretty amazing aha moments, and some realizations about what's really been keeping them, and what keeps us from being successful. And now step two works on removing it. There's no once we're aware of it and we preserve the learning. That's really why we're here, for the human experience, is to learn and grow spiritually. So once we've learned what the lesson was in that block, there's no need to hold on to it anymore. There's no need for it to be there. So this is step two, is the shovel. Step two, we take that shovel and we move that stuff out of the way. We clear it. We get it out of our subconscious mind and our subconscious patterns and our subconscious beliefs. when we shift our energy so that we no longer, slump our shoulders when we're at job interviews that could be a potentially good job for us, and we no longer attract those people into our lives that are there for the lesson because we've learned it, and we're moving on. So step two is a really big step on removing things. I find a lot of my clients that work in the 4 steps to success have that big breakthrough, and everything opens up for them like a locomotive right after step two when they get about halfway through the program, once the blocks are removed, because a lot of people have spent so much time just not focusing on the blocks, really just kind of focusing on attracting or the law of attraction or bringing in the positive, which is a great thing. But if you have these blocks that are underlying, that are deep seated, then this might be a program for you. You might want to take a look at them for a little while. So, bring on step two, Kelly says. And step two is very gently done. It really asks that everything, all the blocks, be removed in the highest and best interest for your body, mind, and spirit, and for everybody involved, so that it's very mutual, it's very comfortable, and it's just it feels odd, but it feels oddly good, if that can be explained. Um, I'm very excited for all of you that are on step two. It's a wonderful place to be, because if you think you're seeing results now in step one, when you get into step two, it's pretty amazing. It's mind blowing. So once you're done the second step, so the first step is to remove. The second step is to, the first step is to recognize. The second step is to remove, and then the third step is to replace. So what we're doing is now we're, instead of having an empty hole that can be filled with more negative beliefs about ourselves, we're filling that with whatever it is that we'd like to fill it with. We're replacing it with all of the things that we had hoped to have in our life, all of the tools that we had wished to acquire, all of the type of people that we'd like to attract, all of the events in our lives. So I have this belief, and a lot of people, this is my phrase that I wrote, and a lot of people are familiar with it that know me well. And the phrase is, when you focus on something long enough to make it a part of your belief system, a part of your subconscious beliefs, we subconsciously attract the people, places, and events in our lives to make it a reality. So, up until 2 steps ago, or up until 2 weeks ago, before people start working this program, they were consistently and subconsciously attracting the people, places, and events to match their beliefs on a subconscious level. What that was really part of who they were, those beliefs. Once those beliefs are removed, now we have a clean slate. We have an empty vessel, and we can create the person that we'd really like to be when we get to step three. And step three is putting in a whole new mindset for yourself, shifting, put in a new vibrational energy that attracts what it is that you'd like to be successful in, to shift your mindset to one that constantly and consistently um, keeps you on a positive level and keeps you moving towards your goal. Okay, and that gives you the spiritual belief that the universe will bring it to you, that you are deserving. So we get to step three, and I also have affirmations. I'm open to receive. There's some goals for yourself, what you're using for tools for that week, as well as this is where we start to get into those daily meditations. I think that daily meditations are a wonderful thing to do, and I definitely recommend that you utilize the CDs and the MP3s along with the program. So it's lots and lots of fun, and the whole program ends up lasting. It lasts 28 days, and on the last week after the 21st day, it brings you to that final step. And that final step is to receive. Allow yourself to receive. Bring yourself to a point where it's okay for you to receive these gifts that you've set out for yourself. It's okay for you to have good things in your life and be successful and do well at it. It's okay for you to be in a good relationship. It's okay for you to make lots of money doing what you love to do. That's all good. So, so I am going to give you a little sneak peek at the workbook. These little cards here, I absolutely love them. See, can you see them? Yes. These are called gratitude cards, okay? What I recommend in step 3 is that we cut them out and we write down all the things that we're grateful for. Because so many times we focus on the things that we're not grateful for, or the things that we want, or the things that we're not getting, or the things that we'd like to have. So step 4 really brings you into being gracious, having gratitude for even the tiniest little things. Even if only one little thing shifted over the last 3 steps for you, then once you plant that seed of gratefulness, it's like I like to look at it as the light, in the center of the Grinch's heart on Christmas morning, and his heart grew 10 times that day. And that light, when you focus on the things you're grateful for, when you focus on the good things in your life, it's like that light. It's like the Grinch's heart. It grows a little bit more. And then it's a little bit stronger. And then it grows a little bit more. And it's a little bit stronger. And it continues from there. So I recommend that you write the little things you're grateful for, stick them in a fish bowl or some type of bowl, and pull from them regularly to remind yourself of the good that has come into your life and that will continue to come into your life. By step 4, most people are already receiving, and they're already things are starting to flood in for them. They may even feel, or you may even feel, that you've already reached your goal, and that's okay. But still keep going with that last final step, because this one, it puts you in a state of constant graciousness, and that you're consistently open to receive. Okay, and we are all always open to receive, but this is open to receive the good and the things that you put in your life. So that you choose to put in your life. So there you have it. And there's the workbook in a nutshell, the 4 CDs that go along with it. And I'm very happy and proud to announce my webinar. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about the new webinar because we just have a few more minutes. Um, the webinar is so the 4-step program. You can work it yourself with the workbook and the CDs. They're available in our store. You can follow the links to purchase them on their own, and you can just follow along with them. There are a few things that I suggest using the readings, like how I suggested how the workbook wrote itself in the very beginning, where people would come for readings, and all these things would be uncovered. So I wrote about the assessment reading and how you can uncover the things that are blocking you by either seeing a reader or doing it yourself. And the wonderful thing about the webinars is you can attend them from the comfort of your home. So I do have this program available in person, one-on-one, for people that live in the Fort Myers area. People that are outside of the area and still would like to have a more personalized one-on-one experience, I do offer this program as well as telephone sessions, and it's 4 weeks straight out. I have to say that for people that really enjoy the one-on-ones, I recommend that. For people that really want to work at home or work at their own pace, save a little bit of money, and you can be anywhere in the world and you can come and join in. So starting next Tuesday will be the very first webinar of your 4 steps to success. The cost of the webinar is $30 per week. It is $120 up front for the whole 4 weeks. So that $120, what that $120 gets you? That $120 gets you access into the weekly webinar, which is Tuesday evenings, Eastern Standard Time at 9 p.m., starting next Tuesday. There will be 4 webinars. I will be live on the webinar screen. You do not have to have a webcam to come to the webinar. If you have questions, you can chat, or you can even listen in, and you can sign in using audio. The webinars are very, very easy to attend and easy to get to. You can also attend a webinar in your pajamas if you'd like. Just you can wear fuzzy slippers and nobody knows that you're in them. So for the $120, you get the 4 weeks. You get 4 Tuesdays. You also get your 4 steps to success workbook in PDF download, and that's available instantly as soon as you sign up. You get access to the class content. You also get all 4. Lori's laughing about the fuzzy slippers. She must have had fuzzy slippers on last week. You also get all 4 of the hypnosis recordings in MP3 download. And what I do is week 1 or step 1 is available next Tuesday. So you'll download that one and then the following one the following Tuesday. And the reason I do that is because I like to have the group work together, as a group, and that way we're all setting up a nice. Okay, we're all gonna get some fuzzy slippers for our webinars. So that's what the class includes. The webinar is $120, which breaks down to $30 a week. For that $120, you get my Your 4 Steps to Success workbook and PDF download. You get all 4 of the hypnosis MP3s, step 1, 2, 3, and 4, one per week. You get access to the weekly webinar, which is from 9 to 10 p.m. So it's a 1-hour webinar where I go over how to conduct your own discovery reading, how to shift your mindset, different tuning fork things you can use, crystal bowls. We just talk about everything, and it's just really going to be a lot of fun. So I look forward to talking with you. I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to walking alongside you as you take your 4 steps to success. I would like to personally thank all of the people that have worked the program already with me before. It's amazing to see the how much has shifted and changed in your lives, and it's on an honor. It's an absolute honor and privilege to know that this is a really true gift from Spirit to see the results and how rapidly and how amazing the results are for each individual. So thank you so much for being a part of it, and thank you so much for watching today. If you're interested in joining the webinar, you can visit the storefront here on the Ning, or you can go ahead and visit my website, which is michellemellioonline.com, and there's a web store in there, and you can click on webinars, and there's some other webinars too that Mystical Moon is offering as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for joining. I wish you much, much success in your future, and may all of your dreams come true. Have a great day. Until next week, be well. Again, Michelle Melio, intuitive hypnotherapist here at the Mystical Moon. Bye-bye.